I don't think that the world is as bad as what the media makes things out to be. I don't think people are as bad as what the media makes things out to be. But we're being bombarded with wicked images, right? We're being influenced by what the media tells us is reality. To make people think there's a problem when there isn't a problem, right? They make you concerned with something that has absolutely nothing to do with you whatsoever. They are using psychological warfare on populations to have them believe a certain narrative. And this is part of a Marxist takeover of country. This is how a communist overthrows a country, right? That narrative is that the system is broken, the traditional family is broken, God and religion are broken, everything is broken, and it desperately needs replaced because it just does not work. Just does not work. I'm going to read the communist rules for revolution, okay? I'm not even going to get to the end of what I want to do. That's okay. You've got to read these, put in light with what we just been talking about. Number 1, corrupt the young. Get them away from religion. Get them interested in sex. Make them superficial. That's a pretty obvious one, right? Corrupt the young, get them away from religion, get them interested in sex. That's pretty obvious. Get control of all means of publicity, okay? All means of media, get control of them. They've got that. Get people's minds off of their government, so don't think about what your government's doing over here. Get them focusing their attention on sports ball, right? Get them focused on athletics, right? On books about sex and intrigue, right? And other trivialities, okay? Things that don't matter. Divide, number 4, divide the people into hostile groups of constantly harping on controversial matters of no importance. Antifa, Black Lives Matter, the whole feminist movement, right? Like, all of these movements today, this whole culture of outrage. Everybody is a victim of something. Everybody is outraged by something. No one can just live a normal life and mind their own business and keep their nose to the grindstone and go straight ahead. They have to be involved in everybody else's business. Destroy, number 5, destroy the people's faith in their natural leaders by holding the latter up to contempt, ridicule, and don't know what that word is. Your local leaders, right? Everybody's always a lot harder on their local leader, right? If someone that you know does something, you're a lot harder on them than what we are for the federal government official in Ottawa. For whatever reason, right? If they're in our own house, we get so much more upset with them. But when they're in another house that has control over our house, we seem to let them get away with everything, right? No one holds these leaders in the federal system up to the same standard. No one holds celebrities up to any kind of moral standard, but we hold each other up to certain standards, right? But a celebrity comes out and does all kinds of matter of wickedness, and we say, oh, well, you know, they had a hard time, right? Or this person did this, well, they had a hard life. Or, oh, they got this excuse, right? But we wouldn't give that same excuse to, you know, someone in our own family, right? Well, the same goes with this. Number 6. So they don't want you to, they don't want you to have any faith in anybody local, right? They want you to put it all in somebody foreign. That's basically the idea I'm getting at. Number 6, always preach true democracy, but seize power as fast and as ruthlessly as possible. Okay? Preach, oh, we're all about freedom, right? But then as soon as you get an opportunity, you pull that rug right out from underneath them, right? 7, by encouraging government extravagance, government spending, overspending, destroy its credit, overspending, overprinting of money, and produce fear of inflation, which we have, with rising prices and general discontent. 8, foment unnecessary strikes in vital industries, encourage civil disorders, and foster a lenient and soft attitude on the part of government towards such disorders, right? Leniency towards crime. That strike up on the railway before this whole coronavirus, right? When they were blocking the railways. Nothing was done. They did that how many years before too, and they burnt all those cop cars up north. Nothing was done. Nobody held accountable for that. But if we were to cause some kind of disorder like that, anything remotely similar to that, we would be thrown in jail, right? We would receive big fines. 9, by specious argument, cause the breakdown of the old moral virtues, honesty, sobriety, continence, faith in the pledged word, ruggedness, right? So anything that is the former, you have to speak out against it and make that into something bad and something that needs to be removed. Which is what they've done, right? The world that we see today is not like the world that we grew up in, right? Number 10, cause the registration of all firearms on some pretexts. Well, we don't want any children getting shot in the schools, right? We don't want any more innocent people losing their lives due to gun violence, right? We got to take away the guns because there's just too much death, right? With a view to confiscating them and leaving the populace helpless. So you use a pretext, and then once you get that pretext in there, then you take them all, right? To leave the population helpless. Well, that's what we're in. That's what we're in today.